Now, this is going to be a little difficult, so stay with me.
Been practicing this speech, haven't
A little bit. Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed.
No, it was good. I liked it. Team B thing was harsh.
George Clooney is a famous American actor, director, and producer whose work has won the most prestigious film awards. In this video, we will get you closer to the work and personal life of the handsome Hollywood man and tell you about how much he managed to earn during his career. George Clooney, how the charming heartbreaker lives and how much he earns. George Timothy Clooney was born on May 6, 1961 in Lexington, Kentucky into a highly talented family. His mother, Nina, was a former state beauty queen and public figure, and his father, Nick, was a journalist and host of his own talk show, and he also had political ambitions. George has a sister, Adelia, who is 2 years older than him. Clooney grew up in a Catholic family. His ancestors were Irish, English, and German. On his mother's side, George is a distant relative of the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. He also has famous relatives on his father's side. Also, the pop singer and actress Rosemary Clooney is his aunt. As a child, George often came to his father's work, and at the age of 5, he first appeared in his show. The charming child really appealed to the audience, which is why you could see him in other TV shows at that time. Things were not always going well in the Clooney family. There were times when they experienced financial difficulties, due to which they often moved in search of a better job for the head of the family. Due to this, our star often switched schools. As a teenager, the future actor developed a neurosis passed on to him from his father, Bell's palsy. The left side of his face was paralyzed for a year, which was the subject of ridicule among classmates who gave him the nickname Frankenstein. George calls that the hardest period of his life, but it also taught him to laugh at himself, which helped in his future profession. In high school, he was an honor student and an avid athlete. He played on the basketball and baseball teams. He even planned to be a professional athlete, and in 1977 he tried out for the Cincinnati Reds baseball team but didn't make the standard tryout. After graduating from Augusta High School, Clooney enrolled at Northern Kentucky University as a radio journalism major. Thanks to his connections, he was able to practice at a local television station, but constant comparisons with his father led Clooney to drop out and decide to try his hand at being a lawyer, enrolling at the University of Cincinnati. However, he soon dropped out of that school as well. In 1978, the filming of the miniseries Centennial took place in Augusta, in which our star got a cameo role. Although Clooney was not listed in the credits, after the filming he realized that he wanted to build an acting career. In the early 1980s, George moved to Los Angeles, but Hollywood was not waiting for him with open arms. Over the years, he received mostly rejections, and when he managed to get a role, it was often minor in such productions as And They Are Off, Grizzly 2, The Predator, Riptide, Street Hawk, Crazy Like a Fox, as well as the TV series Hotel, Murder, She Wrote, and The Facts of Life. However, none of the roles brought the aspiring actor any fame or large royalties. Therefore, to support himself, he had to work hard. At that time, Clooney worked as a loader, construction worker, insurance agent, shoe salesman, and a worker in the tobacco fields. In fact, for a long time, George was an inveterate smoker, but after realizing that many members of his family had died of lung cancer, he gave up the bad habit. The man was woefully short of money. He could not afford separate housing, so for a long time he lived with a friend, renting a room in his basement. Clooney rode his bicycle to auditions as he did not have enough money for public transportation. In 1987, the filmography of our star was supplemented with the series Hunter, The Golden Girls, The Law and Harry McGraw, films Return to Horror High, and Bennett Brothers. In the same year, at one of the parties, George met actress Kelly Preston, with whom he burst into a stormy affair. The couple announced their engagement and began living together, but 2 years later they unexpectedly broke up. There was speculation in the media that the cause of discord was the piglet Max, which Clooney gave her. Kelly considered it an insult, returned the animal to George, and parted with him. In the end, the piggy stayed with Clooney. The actor considered Max as his mascot, and when 18 years later the animal was gone, the man took it hard. During his relationship with Preston, the man managed to star in the TV series Roseanne, as well as in the films Return of the Killer Tomatoes and Red Surf. In 1989, our star began to meet with actress Talia Balsam. Their romance grew rapidly, and a few months later the lovers legalized their relationship in Las Vegas. However, family life did not work out, and 4 years later the couple divorced. George suffered badly from the separation and promised himself never to marry again. After the divorce, Clooney was in brief relationships with actresses Kelly Rutherford, Elizabeth Daly, and Kimberly Russell. During that period, his filmography was enriched by Sunset Beat, Rewrite for Murder, Unbecoming Age, Without Warning, Terror in the Towers, and The Harvest, as well as the TV series Baby Talk and Sisters. The actor appeared in 19 episodes of the latter, for each of which he earned $40,000. In 1994, Clooney began starring in the TV series ER as Dr. Doug Ross. The actor was involved in this soap opera for 5 years, appearing in 109 episodes, including star appearances in 2000 and 2009. According to some reports, George earned $100,000 for each episode. It is interesting that in the scenes, Clooney's characters often lower his head, giving the impression that he is thinking. In fact, this was not part of the script. It's just that there were a lot of complicated medical terms in the text, which he had to look up sometimes. Notably, in real life, George has health problems as he has been plagued by a stomach ulcer for many years. The role of Doug Ross became a breakthrough and brought our star worldwide fame, as well as the title of a heartthrob. In the future, the actor was repeatedly recognized as the most attractive man on the planet. For his role in ER, Clooney has been nominated for several years in a row for prestigious film awards, including the Emmy, Golden Globe, and Screen Actors Guild Award. In fact, the latter was awarded to George and his colleagues as many as 4 times in the Best Actor category. In 1995, Clooney appeared in an episode of the series Friends, also as a doctor.
So they still seem normal.
That's because they are.
Okay, but you have to admit that every time we go out with women we meet at the hospital, it turns into...
Relax. Take a look around.
At that time, the man was presumed to have affairs with actresses Cameron Diaz and Frances Fisher, but he did not confirm them. Unlike his affair with television presenter Karen Duffy, the couple's relationship lasted only a month, after which the lovers parted while remaining good friends. In 1996, our hero starred in the cult action movie From Dusk Till Dawn, appearing as a criminal, one of the Gecko brothers. Interestingly, the phrase,
No, thanks. I already had a wife.
was improvised by George, which the director at first did not intend to include in the film. However, after the studio added it to the trailer, they had to leave a replica in the final editing.
Here's my oyster. Except for the fact that I just...
For his role in the film, the actor was awarded prizes from MTV and Saturn and received a fee of $250,000. Clooney also starred in the melodrama One Fine Day, earning $3 million. His partner was Michelle Pfeiffer, whom he had known for many years. As it turned out, back in the early 80s, the man was courting her younger sister, actress Dee Dee Pfeiffer. In the same 1996, George had a fleeting romance with model Vandela Kirschbaum, after the breakup with whom he began to meet a French woman, Céline Balatran. Clooney met this girl 13 years younger than him in a cafe in Paris where she, a law student, was working as a waitress. He was so in love with the blonde that he immediately offered her to move with him to Los Angeles. Céline agreed without a second thought. In 1997, George voiced one of the characters in the animated film South Park and also starred in the thriller The Peacemaker with a fee of $3 million and in the superhero thriller Batman and Robin, earning $1 million. In the latter, the actor played the title role. He is not proud of it now, as the film received negative critical reviews and was named the worst superhero action movie of all time, receiving 11 nominations for the Golden Raspberry Anti Award.
Julie, I'm not the marrying kind. There are things about me that you wouldn't understand.
I know you've had your wild nights.
Wild doesn't quite cover it.
In 1998, Clooney appeared in an episode of the series Murphy Brown and also starred in the films The Thin Red Line and Out of Sight with a fee of $10 million.
Why are you famous?
The time I was convicted in California, the FBI told me that I robbed more banks than anybody in the computer.
In that film, the actor starred alongside Jennifer Lopez, a kiss with whom earned him a nomination for an MTV award. In 1999, George starred in the action movie Three Kings, getting $5 million for his work, and the next year he appeared in the drama Failsafe, the thriller The Perfect Storm, which earned him $8 million, and the comedy Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, with a fee of $1 million.
You take off through that bayou.
Wait a minute. Who elected you leader of this outfit?
Well, Pete, I figured it should be the one with the capacity for abstract thought, but...
Interestingly, for his role in the latter, our star practiced a southern accent and took vocal lessons for several weeks, but in the end, the song in the movie was still performed by another man. His role in this film brought Clooney his first Golden Globe. At that same period, the man broke up with his lover Céline. It was rumored that the blonde disliked the actor's pet, which made the couple constantly quarrel. George didn't grieve for long, and just over the year, the list of his passing infatuations was expanded by journalist Carol Radziwill and actresses Traylor Howard and Lucy Liu. He was also credited with an affair with Charlize Theron, but the celebrities never confirmed it. Clooney then had a rather long relationship with TV host Lisa Snowden. In 2001, the actor starred in the family fantasy Spy Kids and in the crime movie Ocean's 11, in which he played the head of a criminal gang who robbed a casino in Las Vegas.
Once we get down the shaft, though, then it's a piece of cake. Just 2 more guards with Uzis and the most elaborate vault door ever conceived by man. Any questions?
Interestingly, the actors were actually gambling in between scenes, and George's colleagues told stories that he managed to lose 25 games of blackjack in a row. Actually, Clooney himself has repeatedly admitted that he likes to go to the casino but often loses. It is also worth noting that during the filming, a keg of beer was installed in George's dressing room, as the man is very fond of this drink in particular. The actor received $20 million for his role in the film. The movie appealed to the audience, and as a result, there were 2 sequels with Clooney in the title role, Ocean's 12 and Ocean's 13. The actor earned $15 million for his role in the latter. In 2002, our star appeared in the films Welcome to Collinwood, Solaris, for the role in which he was nominated for the Saturn Award, as well as the biopic Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, making his directorial debut. The film had a limited budget, so George's friends Brad Pitt and Matt Damon starred in it for free. Clooney then acted in the films Intolerable Cruelty with a fee of $15 million and Spy Kids 3D Game Over, the shooting of which was the most comfortable, as all the scenes with George were filmed in half a day in the living room of his own house. Which can't be said about the movie Syriana, released in 2005.
Put a few satellite dishes up on the roofs, let them have my 2 dads. That doesn't mean that the Ayatollahs are surrendering 1 iota of control over that nation.
For the role, Clooney gained over 22 pounds on a special pasta diet, and during the filming, he nearly lost his life by damaging his spine. Later, the actor had 2 surgeries and suffered from pain for several years. Despite the unfortunate troubles, the picture was among the best works of George and brought him an Oscar and Golden Globe Award. Our star's fee then amounted to $350,000. That same year, the historical drama Good Night and Good Luck premiered, in which Clooney not only played one of the roles but also acted as director and screenwriter.
Senate's going to vote to censure McCarthy tomorrow.
Probably.
And then what happens?
Sits in the back row.
Right. They keep him in the Senate. They don't kick him out.
Well, we might as well go down swinging.
The budget of the film was small, so George agreed to a token fee of $3, and also helped with fundraising for the shooting, mortgaging his house in Los Angeles. The picture won 4 awards at the Venice Film Festival. Clooney himself was nominated for an Oscar in the Best Director and Best Screenplay categories. Meanwhile, the 5-year romance of George and Lisa came to an end. The parting was initiated by his girlfriend, tired of the numerous adulteries, among which were affairs with Renee Zellweger, Krista Allen, Mariella Frostrup, and Jennifer Siebel. In 2006, Clooney starred in the war drama The Good German, and in the following year in the thriller Michael Clayton, for the role in which he was nominated for many film awards, including the Oscar.
What if someone has stolen the car? Happens all the time.
Cops like hit and runs. They work them hard, they clear them fast.
At that time, the actor was in a brief relationship with actress Linda Thompson and model Monica Jakshuk. In 2007, celebrating his birthday in a club, George met waitress Sarah Larson, whom he fell in love with at first sight. The couple's relationship quickly developed. The girl even accompanied the star to social events, but a year later their affair came to an end. In 2008, the actor appeared in Leatherheads and Burn After Reading, and in the following year, he voiced the animated film Fantastic Mr. Fox and starred in The Men Who Stare at Goats and Up in the Air, for his role in which he was once again nominated for many awards, including the Oscar.
All right, sell it to me.
What?
Sell me marriage.
Okay, how about love?
During the same period, Clooney began an affair with Italian TV host Elisabetta Canales, 17 years younger than him. Many speculated at the time that marriage was on the way, but the couple broke up 2 years later. Meanwhile, the actor managed to star in the films The American, The Ides of March, and The Descendants, for which he won a Golden Globe Award and a nomination for the Screen Actors Guild Award, BAFTA, and Oscar.
It's over. She's gonna die.
Don't say that.
That's true. I was gonna tell you yesterday. She's never gonna wake up. You hear me? Do you understand what I'm saying? She's gone.
In 2011, George started dating actress Stacy Keibler. However, no one believed in the seriousness of this relationship, and even their friends called the affair a mutually beneficial PR move. 2 years later, the couple broke up. In 2012, the thriller Argo premiered, in which the man acted as a producer, for which he eventually won a BAFTA and an Oscar. George also starred in the films 8 and Gravity with a fee of $20 million. In 2013, the man began dating Amal Alamoudi. The girl, 17 years younger than him, worked as a lawyer, despite the fact that Clooney vowed never to get married again. A year later, he proposed to his beloved. The wedding ceremony took place in Venice and cost the celebrity $4.6 million. Meanwhile, our hero's filmography was enriched by The Monuments Men with a $2 million fee. He received $25 million more for the fantasy Tomorrowland, $10 million for the dark comedy Hail Caesar, and $20 million for the thriller Money Monster. In addition, the celebrity appeared in the holiday film A Very Merry Christmas. In 2017, the 56-year-old actor became a father for the first time as his wife gave birth to twins Ella and Alexander. Clooney never planned to have children, but now he does not feel bad about it. After the birth of the babies, the man put his career on pause and spent all his free time helping his wife. In an interview, he even joked that he had become a real pro at changing diapers. In 2019, Clooney starred in the series Catch-22 and the following year in the film The Midnight Sky, which he also directed.
It's a spaceship, far away, coming back from a planet that we hoped would be our future, but...
For the image of a terminally ill scientist, the actor had to lose 25 pounds. In 2022, the man appeared in the films The Last Movie Stars and Ticket to Paradise, and now the filming of the movie Wolves is underway. Interestingly, George has an unusual hobby as he is fond of making shoes, which he makes with his own hands. In an interview, the actor said that he often takes an awl in between shots and makes shoes. In recent years, Clooney has appeared less and less often on the screen and more often behind the scenes, acting as a producer, director, and screenwriter. It is worth noting that our hero still does not have a named star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The ceremony was supposed to take place, but the celebrity refused to come to it, and therefore this matter still remains open. To date, the actor's fortune is estimated at $500 million, which he earned from film royalties and advertising contracts. At one time, he represented such brands as Omega, Martini Vermouth, Budweiser, Fiat, Toyota, Mercedes-Benz, and Nespresso. An advertising deal with the latter earned George $40 million. Among other things, George turned out to be a good businessman. At one time, the man, together with his friends, started producing tequila under his own brand, Casamigos. At first, the profits were not even projected, but soon the hobby began to bring in substantial income. In the end, a large corporation became interested in their business and bought it for $1 billion. The actor himself is famous for his generosity. For example, in 2013, he gave 14 of his close friends $1 million each. This way, he thanked them for supporting him at the beginning of his career. George pays special attention to social and charitable activities. He is a UN Goodwill Ambassador and an advocate for LGBT rights. In 2010, the actor organized a fundraiser for the victims of the earthquake in Haiti, and in 2012, he participated in a protest at the Embassy of Sudan, for which he was arrested. However, this way he was able to draw attention to the plight of innocent children in Sudan. George also opposes the wars in Iraq and Ukraine and is a supporter of the recognition of the Armenian genocide. In 2017, Clooney donated $2.25 million to schools in Lebanon to educate 3,000 refugee children from Syria, and the following year, he donated $500,000 to organizations promoting a ban on the free sale of weapons. He also donated another $1 million in 2020 to help medical facilities. The celebrity owns luxury real estate. For example, in 1995, the actor bought a mansion in Los Angeles for $2.2 million. The 7,300 square foot house boasts a spacious living room with a fireplace and a personal bar. It is known that after the birth of his children, Clooney built a playhouse in the garden, having spent $100,000 on it. In 2002, George bought an 18th century villa on Lake Como in Italy for $7 or $30 million, according to different sources. This property with 25 rooms has a special meaning for our star because it was there when he met Amal. She ended up at Clooney's house thanks to a mutual friend on her way to Cannes. On their way, the travelers stopped by to visit the actor. In 2014, the couple bought a mansion on the English island of Soningai on the banks of the Thames for $13 million, and in 2016, a luxury apartment in New York City for $14.7 million. In 2021, the Clooneys bought an estate with a winery in France for $8.3 million. The three-story, 10,000-square-foot house has many rooms, including living rooms, kitchen, and dining room. The property features an outdoor veranda, swimming pool, tennis court, ornamental lake, lavender garden, and vineyards. The man also used to own a home in the Mexican city of Cabo San Lucas. George boasts an impressive collection of cars, including a Chevrolet Corvette, Porsche Carrera, Lexus LS, Tesla Roadster, and Tango T600. The actor has a particular passion for motorcycles, Harley-Davidson, Piaggio, and Yamaha X-Max scooters. The man likes to drive fast, which caused him to suffer 2 serious accidents. As of today, the filmography of our hero includes about 100 films. Which George Clooney movie do you like the most?
Thank you all for coming.
Good day, Doctor.
If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything interesting.